Hi there, this is Jackie from Bloom Property Management, and I'm here to talk about tenants panicking, basically. So I had a property inspection today at this property, and when I arrived, the tenant greeted me and they said, "Yeah, you need to come and see this. I had some nieces come and stay, and they were unsupervised, and they had vivids, and they drew all over the walls." I'm like, "Oh no, that's no good." So she said, "But we've fixed it." So I came in to have a look, and they've painted the walls. Now, the colour's not bad, but it's not the colour I would have chosen. But what is bad is the quality of the job. So let's have a look at this. So, on the surface of it, it's a first coat. They've still got paint sitting around drying in there with the brushes, which is just criminal in my mind, to treat brushes like that. Anyway, but there's things that they don't know, like these light fittings. You can just unscrew these and lift it off the wall in a safe way so that you don't paint around the light fitting. But they didn't know that, and so they didn't do that, and so this is stuck to the wall with paint. It is totally glued down now, and that is going to require some work with a razor blade to ease that up and fit that right. If that was the only issue, not such a biggie, right? But there's more. There's really bad cutting in happening. Big slops on stuff. It's so bad. This corner in particular, it's behind a door, but it's all wooden trim that has just been slopped over, and really not thrilled about that. I'm laughing, but it's because the alternative is to cry. But at the end of the day, it's just things. There's paint from a roller here, bad brushwork along here. Oh. And there's the paint. What is it even? Yeah, maybe not what I would have chosen as a quality of paint, but I can see why they've done it for budgetary reasons. But there's a reason you get good paint. Just nowhere is this good. It's really thin here behind the curtain rail. They didn't know how to take off the curtain rail, so they're currently sitting half on and half off, and just awful. And there's stuff on the floor. I thought for a minute it was paint, but actually it's dust from sanding plaster before. I don't even know if the undercoat's been done properly. I haven't seen any sign of it yet, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm told it was done. Up here, same thing. This is all big slop. Onto the edges, these curtains will hide that. On the pelmet here, it's just been painted onto the wall again. Oh, finally. You can see the original colour underneath. But, oh my goodness, corners are a bit thin. There's scratches already, I'm guessing, from someone moving past it. Don't know if you can see these on the wall. And, more paint dribbles. More paint slopped over the edge there. That should all be white on that edge. Oh. They said, "Don't worry, I've got someone who's going to come around and help us remove the paint from the wood." And I'm like, yeah, there shouldn't be paint on the wood. My goodness, that is awful. The tenant said she was so worried about being evicted. Honestly, if she'd come to me before she painted, I'd be less upset. They want to do the right thing. But my goodness, I just wish they'd listen when I say please don't do anything. So in addition to that, I discovered that this house has an old hatch where there used to be a diesel heater in it. It's a 1960s house. It used to be the thing. Anyway, that had been removed and they'd been covered up, but part of the framing had broken and the flooring became loose, and unfortunately she discovered it by stepping into it and almost going through the floor, which I feel terrible about as a landlord, right? That should never have happened. I said, when did this happen? Because she's put a big bit of ply over the top of it. And she said, oh, last week, and I went to hospital about it. I'm like, you're supposed to tell me about these things straight away. Don't leave it a week. Tell me straight away. I would have been right here with stuff. And she said, I know you're busy. I'm like, I'm not that busy. Your health and well-being is a priority. Deal with it. Yeah, we would deal with it straight away. So I'm guessing they didn't tell me because this room still looked a mess then. I don't know. They didn't want me to know. But one crisis at a time. So yeah, what would you do with tenants who mean well? They're trying to do their best. They've just got very challenging circumstance and they really don't want to be evicted, and so they're trying to do what they think is best, even when it goes against everything you've ever said to them in the past, which is tell me. Like, you know, they said they couldn't get vivid off the walls. And I'm like, what did you use? They're like, oh, we used GIF, we used this, and we used that. I'm like, did you try Mets? Oh, yeah. I'm like, did you? Because if you called me, I would have suggested that. I would have suggested some other things to get it off too. And you might not have had to paint. I'm still reeling. This is a bit soon to absorb all this. Anyway, tell me what you think.